Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. You'll get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And when I'm not asking Bruce, hey, how big was Batista's? Well, you know. One of the things I like to do is help people save money. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in a 30-year loan, man, you're overpaying your single biggest bill and you may not even realize it. I want you to do a little experiment for me. Take your calculator out, multiply your monthly house payment by 360 payments. That's how many payments there are on a 30-year loan. That big scary number, that's your total of payments. You're looking at that number? You know you can do better. Keep more of your own money right now and go to savewithconrad.com. Or maybe you've got credit card debt. Man, it's not a matter of if I can save you money with that. Your average interest rate on a credit card is more than 20%. And by the way, all the interest you pay on those credit cards, it's not tax deductible. Whereas the mortgage interest, well, that is tax deductible. So if you owe this debt, it's up to you how to pay it back. Doesn't it make sense to get the cheapest rate possible and the greatest tax deduction possible? Find out how much money you can save right now for free at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. Even scores in the 500s can be approved, and it's no cost out of pocket. But maybe best of all, we're licensed in more than 40 states. We can help more families than ever before. But how much can we save you? Find out right now for free with a quick quote from savewithconrad.com.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood and Britt Baker's boyfriend, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I am not Britt Baker's boyfriend. I think we know who Britt Baker's boyfriend is. It's Adam Cole. Boom, boom, baby. Who's ready for story time with Tony Schiavone?
Yay.
You are in a foul mood. You're in a foul freaking mood. Okay, let me tell you what's going on in my life, okay?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's going on in my life?
Yeah.
Okay. I've gone down the rabbit hole again.
Okay.
I've started fixing up. I've always had a baseball room downstairs. Did you ever see the basement?
I did. And you had, I know you did it several years ago, but when you finished it way back when, it had to be the bee's knees.
Oh, it was tremendous. So now we're working on it again. We've put a big screen TV down there. We've put one of those L-shaped sofas.
Oh, you can't hide money.
We got that free. Okay. Free. It's kind of an, so anyway, so we fixed it up, and so I'm organizing the shelves, and I come across my baseball cards. Well, once you get into baseball cards,
it's hard to get out.
Oh my God. So I've gone to BP Collectibles here in Marietta, my old standby store. Great. Bob has had that store since like the 70s. He's moved it around. It's now in a antique mall. And I paid $300 for a Mickey Mantle card.
Well, why is that bad?
$300 for, well, it's not bad considering if you want one that's near mint or mint condition, it's $4,000. This was not bad.
Even $4,000 is not a bad investment on baseball cards right now.
And I've got, I've been ordering cards online. I ordered a Pete Rose, Don Sutton card, just ordering. And I'm thinking, you start into this shit. I'm talking vintage cards now. I'm not talking about the cards that come out, the modern cards that are out.
Yeah. We know you're not a fucking goof. We know.
I'm talking about Topps 1969 baseball. And then there's Topps 1965. And then there's Topps 1966. Oh God.
So you're into it big time.
Yeah, I've been bitten by the bug again, and I've got to slow down. It's fun. It really is.
Tony,
it's like a treasure hunt, so it's pretty cool.
You're doing better than ever, and you can treat yourself to some $300 baseball cards. What's the big deal?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it gives me something to do besides the Peloton and the drum set and
Wait, hang on. That drum set is not just for decoration. You play that motherfucker?
yeah, I do. I'm not good. I'm not bad.
Well, buddy,
What?
hop your ass up and play us a little something. Let's
No,
do it.
absolutely
No,
no.
you got to do it.
No, not
You
today.
gotta.
I'll do it next week.
Just do it now. It's spontaneous.
No.
It's fun. You don't like to do fun stuff? Come on,
It's
Tony.
it's
Tony,
electron. It's
Tony.
okay.
Tony. Go do it.
Stop. It's electronic drum set, which means you cannot hear it unless I try to find a cord to plug it into this board here.
Listen,
Okay.
don't even worry
And
about that. Just beat the motherfucker down. Just stand up and go hit some shit. We just want to see it.
Stand up and go hit some shit.
So just want to see it one good time.
No.
Just hit them and go, baby. And, you know, dedicate some. This one's out to you. This one goes out to you, Brett Baker, wherever you are.
Baby, right? Yeah. I'm looking for something here on my phone. Give me a second. Because
You got some nudes in there?
no, I don't.
Hang on. You're older. You're in advanced age. In your advanced age,
All right, I found it. And
you ever take a wiener pic?
No, I've never done that. Okay, have you?
Oh, everybody listening to this taking a wiener pic, but you.
No, yeah, exactly. A wiener pic.
I was just wondering, when you do it, did you have to go wee and like zoom in? I feel like that would have been funny.
Yeah. Have someone stick something up my ass and go snake so it'll pop out. Okay, so I want to talk about something that you and I have not talked about yet.
Hopefully it's you playing them fucking drums like Step Brothers. Let's go.
No, we're gonna
Just so you know, if you don't play it, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna put my sack on your drums. I'm gonna put my sack on your drums, Tony.
Sack away, buddy.
Okay.
I ain't playing it today. I've got to be prepared. Okay. Okay. This is serious.
Oh right? Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Oh, it is, and you need to comment on it. Okay.
All right.
Maybe it's the wrong time to bring it up.
I'm probably not gonna. Go ahead.
September 20th, 2021, All Elite Wrestling and the Owen Hart Foundation, a nonprofit charity which provides a vast range of assistance and opportunities to individuals in need across the world, are collaborating to honor the legacy of late wrestler Owen Hart, a beloved figure in the professional wrestling community and beyond. This collaboration includes launching the annual Owen Hart Cup tournament within AEW, which will be the winner will receive a cup known as the Owen, as well as the production and distribution of a unique and original Owen Hart merchandise, including specific retail goods, as well as the upcoming AEW console video game. That's a great thing.
Agree.
For many reasons. I think it shows what our company, what Tony Khan thinks of Owen, his family, and what he thinks of old school wrestling, the legacy of great wrestlers, remembers it. I think it's a great thing to do, and I applaud AEW for doing that. And that we never talked about that, so I thought we should.
All right.
Because Owen
was special
and was a great ribber, and everybody who worked with him loved him. I know my buddy Mark Henry loved him.
Yeah.
Mark Henry is truly one of the great guys I've ever met in wrestling. I'm so glad I'm working with him. And so there you go. Now,
can you believe that some folks online took offense to that? I couldn't believe that that was a take at all. But there were some people who were like, as silly as this is, I hope Vince McMahon sues AEW for this. It's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, what they are WWE cocksucking fanboys.
Oh, hey, language. You just said when we just did a bonus episode, I'm not going to curse on the show anymore. I'm going to stop saying the F word. I'm going to start saying fudge or freaking. And then you get on here and just drop a little CS on us.
Well, when it comes to those people online, they deserve it. They deserve every foul language. They deserve every bad thing in life that happens to them. And I hope, and I do believe.
Wait. You're mad at them because they like WWE?
No, I'm mad at them because they're jack-offs online.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can like WWE. I'm glad you like WWE, but you know what? Don't go around just, I believe in karma. And I don't know all those fanboys, WWE fanboys out there who are online and who bury us and whatever.
And we should thank Dave Silva for all the comedy. I don't know if you saw the feedback online, but a lot of people had a blast talking about Silva sucking his own fart when he pointed his hindquarters towards his CPAP machine and sucked his own fart. It's a t-shirt now over at boxinggimmicks.com. But it made me wonder, what are who are some of the more legendary farters throughout wrestling history that you've run across?
Well, Dusty's number one.
Right.
That's about all.
Where's Rebel stack up?
You're really reaching today, aren't
you? There's a rumor, I'm sure you've heard.
Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
That Vince once farted. Everybody used to fart on Jerry Briscoe because he had a weak stomach, and he would actually gag and sometimes throw up.
Wow.
So Vince had these violent protein farts, right?
Right.
So right before he goes out in front of a live audience on live television, he's standing in gorilla, and he's standing right where Briscoe's seated. So if he let one out, he's like nose to nose with the situation. And Vince felt really good about this one. So he let out the sickest, nastiest wet fart ever. And they're counting him down. 3, 2, 1. They play his music and he starts laughing and then realizes, Houston, we have a problem. Vince just shit his pants. The rib was on him, not Jerry Briscoe. So Vince went to the ring with doo-doo soaked pants.
Oh God, that's a great story.
Thankfully, the jacket was covering most of the posterior, but there was a serious situation and Vince couldn't do anything but laugh and then go out there with a load in his drawers.
It's a good thing it didn't drip right on the mat.
So, and Ric Flair's told the story before. He's wrestling Ricky the Dragon Steamboat wearing pink tights. They're scheduled to go an hour and several minutes into the match, but not even 20 minutes into the match, he takes a big body slam and boom, Flair's drawers slowly turn to brown. He's filled them up. Ringside is repulsed.
Yeah, Tommy Young told us that. Yeah.
He doesn't want to go home because he wants to give the people their money's worth. So he wrestles literally in his own shit for the remainder of the match. So it begs the question, you ever shit your pants at work, Tony?
I've shit my pants at home.
At work though, at AEW, at WCW.
No, I've never done that. That's not necessarily true.
Let's hear it.
I used to work mornings at WSB Radio.
By the way, this is how you start story time with Tony Schiavone Bebe in the future.
Okay.
Anyway, so you shit your pants at WSB.
No. I had to take I usually, as you know, take a crap at night.
You're a night shitter. We've established that.
I'm a night shitter, right. Got up early one morning. I usually would get up like at 3:30 in the morning. And, when you get up at 3:30, you don't want to get up. You get up as close to the time you have to leave early morning as you do. So I had to wake up that morning. I had to take a shit. And I knew that if I took one of my big shits, which are usually big, that I would be rushing to get to work. Well, I did. And I got to work that morning and went, first of all, you go into the production room and you do whatever production you got to do. and I'm in the production studio, and WSB had 7 of them across really a big time radio station, run by idiots, by the way, but a big time radio station run by idiots. Talking about karma. WSB used to be a great radio station. It is a shell of what it once was. Anyway, I'm in production 7 down at the end, and I'm doing production, and I smell shit.
Oh.
I'm thinking, did I step in, in Bug's shit or Dooley's shit, who was with us at that time, or the Beagles? I don't know, and I smell it, and I go to the bathroom, and I realized that I hadn't wiped enough because I was in such a hurry. So there was shit in my drawers. And I took them off, and I threw them in the trash can. And I went commando that morning. And since that time, I've used Cottonelle wipes. I wish they were a sponsor because they make sure you get yourself clean. So that's the only time. But I've shit myself here at the house. I've talked about that. And because of my age, when I go on the road, I always pack 2 extra pair of underwear because you never know. You never know when you're going to shit yourself. That's all I got.
I'm hurting.
I told you that time to where I was naked in my bedroom, and I had to fart, and a turd went flying across the room. And Bug looked at me and looked at the turd and looked at me like, what the fuck did you just do? And of course, Bug and I talk, and I went, sorry, buddy. And we had just put the carpet down upstairs. And so I went to the top of the stairs. I said, Lois, what do we use to get shit off of the carpet? It's brand new. She said, well, it's brand new. It's Scotch guarded, so it shouldn't be too up. Did Bug shit on the floor? He should know better now. I went, no. Did Chewy shit on them? No. Pause. Did you shit on the floor? I went, well, I really didn't mean to. She went, God, I've married a child. So there you go.
This is the greatest episode. I mean, dude, he went so serious. This went
yeah,
it felt like a real world confessional moment from MTV back in the day.
It was. Yeah, it was. It happened. It happens, man. It happens. And of course, the older you get, the more susceptible you are to shitting yourself. That's why they've got diapers for older people now, which I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Would you consider wearing one if you had to do a live show? Like if they had you at the announce desk for a marathon 6-hour show?
Yeah, I can go 6 hours without pissing or shitting. I can.
Who races to the bathroom as soon as you end Dynamite faster, Excalibur or Jim Ross?
Jim Ross is first in line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not me. I'm able to hold it. I mean, not the way, but I've got a very strong bladder. And I also think I have a very strong rectum. However, can we talk about the Owen Hart Foundation more?
Hang on, but first let's finish. You said you had a tough rectum.
I said, no. I said that I have a very strong bladder, but I'm not so sure how strong the rectum is.
Oh, you said you had a very strong rectum. I thought you'd been hulking up on people with it or something. Oh, I imagine your rectum wears like a Dino Bravo jacket. It's got that Frenchy mustache.
Dino Bravo jacket. The fuck?
Woo, buddy.
Lord of mercy. Well, anyway, there's, we're
supposed to be watching wrestling. You know that, right?
Back in the day, and I say in the day, we're talking about 80s and probably 70s and maybe even the 90s. There was probably a lot of shitting going on in other people's bags.
Right.
I don't think, and probably a lot of, farting with people in the area, chasing people away, everybody laughing. I don't think that's done much anymore. I think we have a kinder, gentler.
You don't think there's no farting anymore?
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but I mean, not as a practical joke,
No. So now the farting is like ill intentioned. The farts hurt. There's ill will with the farts.
Yeah, you go somewhere into a corner and you fart and you walk out, and you don't do it like Dusty used to do and stick toilet paper up in there so it sounds real loud and makes everybody laugh.
Wait, hang on.
You've heard of the Dusty muffler. You've told me about it. You're the one that smartened me up to it. Jesus. How did we get into this shit?
You said, hey, let me tell you about Dusty Rhodes' butthole. That's how it started. I was like, we're excited to have you here. We're going to watch a little wrestling from 86. And you were like, first, let's talk Dusty Butthole, if you will.
No. I said, first, let's talk about the Owen Hart Foundation because that's important. But you didn't want to be serious today. You wanted to be irreverent. You didn't want to be serious. You didn't want to talk about some good stuff. You wanted to talk about.
No, tell us more about the Owen Hart thing.
I told you I read it.
Okay, but no, inside stuff. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know anything more than just this.
Well, we read it 2 weeks ago. Thanks for wasting our fucking time.
Oh, see, there you go.
I'm just saying, you could have told us, yeah, we're going to do a cup. It's going to be a tag team tournament. We're modeling it after the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup. Maybe next Tony's going to go ahead and cut a deal with Vince McMahon Sr.'s estate. And we're going to have the Vince McMahon Sr. Memorial Cup.
You know what? Maybe you know more about it than I do, since you're always plugged in.
I just made all that up.
You never know what you never know what you're talking about is made up or not.
You could ask me.
You're the third most powerful man in wrestling.
That's a fucking bold-faced lie. You're acting like Bruce Pritchard doesn't exist?
Oh, you're the fourth most powerful man in wrestling.
I don't think that's accurate either. I thought that was Cody.
You're the fifth most powerful man in wrestling.
What about New Japan Pro Wrestling's guy? Not Michael Craven, the other fella.
Rocky?
No, not him, the other guy.
I don't know him. But you're the sixth most powerful man in wrestling.
What about Scott D'Amore?
You're the seventh.
What about Joe Koff?
You're the seventh.
Okay, that was funny. So listen, we're watching October 4th, 1986, Tony. It's season 2, episode 40 of World Championship Wrestling. And we know that we're just a few days away from Magnum's unfortunate accident. This is going to be the last program with Magnum TA as part of the regular roster.
Yeah.
Given all that we've seen here in 86, this is, even though we knew it was coming, I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I've kind of looked ahead. I'm really not sure how well we handled it going back and looking at it. We really took a very upbeat spin to it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that when we get to it. But it's almost as if we try to portray it as he'll be back. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Which we all knew he was done. So yeah, we've had Magnum wrestle. We've seen him wrestle, and we're getting ready to see, I think it may be in this show, his final interview.
Well, the show we're going to watch was actually filmed on October 5th, 1986. Okay. Let's get into it, Tony.
All right.
I want to mention you guys also did a Sunday edition the very next day. Mm-hmm. It was filmed the same day, but it aired on the 12th. So there's still a little bit more Magnum. But season 2, episode 40, Tony, I think we have a very special countdown this week.
We do, from one of our top guys on ad-free shows and also a member of WHW Monday. Here we go with our countdown.
Hey, fellow slapdicks. This is Matt Malanconico from the great state of New Jersey, counting you down to this week's episode of What Happened When with Tony Schiavone. 3, 2, 1, play.
And just a few minutes ago, we heard from the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, talking about the risky business. The risky business. This is Captain Redneck.
Who this is? Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. Let me tell you something, Ric Flair. You've been on me for a long time. Thank you. That's exactly what I think Ric Flair looks like. Terrible. You know, Rick, to be Ric Flair, all you got to do is put on a pair of sunglasses, put on a big blonde wig, and you got to move this out of the way, and you got to get your little strut like Big Rick. See, you got to be slick Rick. And then you go ahead and you pull it out of his here, baby, and you comb it on down, and then you go ahead and put on a Rolex. Well, Rick, let me tell you something. I can wear a Rolex right along with the best of them. I got Rolexes. I've got a lot of money in the bank, Ric Flair. I can wear sunglasses with the best of them. But whether you're a plumber, whether you're a ditch digger in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, or whether you're the finest man walking in the President Ronald Reagan, you don't have to embarrass people. You don't have to go out and put suits on. I wear tennis shoes because I want to wear them. I wear my Levi's because I want to wear it. I drive my pickup truck because I like driving. And I got my broke leg dog in the back end of it because I love the dog, Rick. And I go ahead and I chewed him out the back of Ric Flair because I want to. You see, Ric Flair, I've never backed down from a man in my life. And I'm not going to start and run from you or Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, or Tully Blanchard, or the rest of your scumbags that you run around with. Now you come on out, Ric Flair, because if you want to meet me, Dusty Rhodes, Mega TA, Ronnie Garvin, and...
Okay, here he comes, the world champion Ric Flair.
Wow, how about that?
That was pretty good from Murdoch, wasn't it?
Dude, that was picking up a little steam right there. And then Flair comes out at the end.
You know what type of chewing tobacco he had?
Red Man.
Nah, that was Levi Garrett right there.
Oh.
In the brown bag.
Did you ever chew tobacco, spit?
Yes, I have. Long time ago.
Just like the man said, great wrestling action right here on World Championship Wrestling, the best in the NWA. David, you're right. And what about the situation with Paul Jones, who now has Ravishing Rick Rude, of course, but the money and the Ragin Bull Manny Fernandez?
Slime, just slime. Manny Fernandez, a man that's always said, money's not going to buy me, took the suitcase full of it and walked out.
And we're going to be hearing more about that here today. Another situation concerns the Rock and Roll Express and the fact that Robert Gibson has some separated ribs and is out. But we've also heard that the Rock and Roll Express Ricky Morton can use another partner to defend that World Tag Team title.
Tony, there's so much going on, so many things happening. You've got to think about this. The granddaddy of them all is coming up. Starrcade 86.
Thanksgiving night. And we're here with Jim Cornette, the manager of the Midnight Express.
You know, Brett, am I looking bright today or what? But I just want to say one thing to Robert Gibson laying up in that hospital bed wherever you are. How you doing? Get well soon, because we missed beating you up, and you got something that belongs to us. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce none other than the uncrowned tag team champions of the world, the highest flying team in wrestling, and the men that destroyed the Road Warriors. My boys, Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
So we're already starting to see references to Starrcade, which is about 6 weeks away, I guess. And
right,
it's time to start to really push that. And I'm pumped, man. Starrcade 86. I can't believe that we're almost here. It feels like just not that long ago we were starting the year, and we're almost here at Starrcade. Wow.
Yeah, the year goes by quickly the older you get. Remember that one, because that's true. You need to help me out on timelines here. We've talked so much about the U.S. Tag Team Tournament at the Omni that only drew 3,000 fans.
Yeah.
Has it happened yet?
Yes, it's happened.
How come we're not talking about it?
I don't know why you're not talking about it.
We promoted it so much. Coming up, at the Omni, one night tournament to crown. We even showed the belts, and now we're kind of ignoring it. I don't get it. I don't get that thought process. But you know what? Who knows? We were doing okay, and maybe it's just another way of telling you that, hey, these U.S. tag team belts don't mean shit. I don't know.
It happened on September 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And as we said, this would have been filmed on October 5th. So
Okay.
it's been done.
Yeah. Here we go. Here comes Bobby.
Gotta do it. Ooh. Put him back in the ring, but I'll let him stagger over.
Okay.
Putting his arm around David and watching the guy sell.
I miss Bobby Eaton.
Oh, God, the world does.
Can you imagine the type of match he's having with Tracy Smothers up there right now?
My goodness. Yeah, he's putting him over because that's what Bobby would do.
What do you think this guy's thinking? Wrestling Dennis Condrey.
This guy's thinking that I forgot my underwear, and not only that, well, Schiavone was talking about shitting his pants, and I get one more of those blows to the gut, and I'm going to shit my pants. But the good news is I'm wearing black. Wait a minute, shit's brown. Maybe I should have worn brown tights, a brown singlet. I don't know. Well, I could piss my pants, and they wouldn't see it. Well, Schiavone said he wasn't going to use foul language anymore. And he's talking about shitting on his podcast. If he hits me on my gut, I will shit. Oh, I did poop.
Boy, they are awesome. There's no doubt about that, David.
And Cornette is happy over that.
That chant you hear is for the one and only, the world TV champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
They're beautiful people, you understand. They know when Big Dust, Stardust himself is big, bad, and ugly. You know, Bulldog Bob Brown, Central States heavyweight champion, Central States area, took upon himself to jump in on Michael Sam Houston. I want to show you a piece of film here that shows Dusty Rhodes getting bad, getting mean, and getting ugly, because right here, Michael Sam Houston was taking it to Buddy Landell, destruction of Buddy Landell. Superstar Billy Dundee, Central States area, the hotbed of wrestling throughout that country, Kansas City, Kansas, Memorial Hall, St. Joe, Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, all over that area. Sam Houston is there to make a name for himself and to become the heavyweight champion. And right in this thing right here, a heavy fought battle, you'll see Billy Dundee come in the ring and try to take Sam on. Right here, Sam take both men, put them down. When you watch the corner of your screen, you're going to see a little chubby, flat top, suit wearing Central States heavyweight champion Bulldog Bob Brown come in this area right here. See the Bulldog there? That's the end of Buddy Landell. That's history. He is history. He's been history for a long time. Bob Brown right here, take it on himself, kicking this kid that I've known since the day he started. He's not a kid anymore. He's not a young lion anymore. He's ready to win major titles and be a major champion. I was standing there this night watching this go on, and I couldn't let it go on. And now you talk about getting nasty and mean and bad. You know, the power driver outlawed throughout this country. Well, Bulldog Bob Brown's career in jeopardy at this point. Left corner of your screen, the super camera work for the sellout crowd. You'll see two little features high in the air there. There's Dusty Rhodes power drive, Bulldog Bob Brown down. Bulldog Bob Brown now is history. Now is history. And Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Lord knows I love all of you out there. I love them so much. I come out here and let them know about it. You know, today's a very special day for Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, because in my anger, I have forgotten to mention that today is Big Dust's happy birthday time. Well, Mama called me right here at the studio and said everything's going good. So I feel good. The thing I feel bad about is Tully Blanchard. The thing I feel bad about is J.J. Dillon. Only Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, that's fine. The world's TV title is around my waist. Now, Tully Blanchard, you can go out and talk about it as much as you want, and J.J. Dillon can go, oh, they singing happy birthday to me. Oh, man, this is too much. I love them so much. I love the black, I love the white, the green, the yellow, the purple, all the people in this country. I'm one of God's children, you understand? And it's too much. What more can I say? I love you so much. Lord knows I love you. Lord knows. Everybody from Boulder, Colorado, Albuquerque, New Mexico just got a tremendous present from Jim Crockett Promotions. A brand new Testarossa. I'm a happy man. The Four Horsemen go find out that Dusty Rhodes is going to get mean, bad, and ugly the rest of 1986. Thank you so much. Lord,
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
How about it, man? What do you think?
That was pretty cool. Let me tell you this. I've said this before. What you were watching, that footage,
Yeah.
that was their TV show. That's how shitty their TV show looked. One camera. And even Dusty Rhodes said, great camera work, because he was ripping on how their fucking show looked.
Yeah.
It was a horrible show. And here's JJ.
With all 4 horsemen coming out.
I think you also got an insight as to where the 4 horsemen are in terms of their thinking by comparison to the so-called legendary American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I'd have been embarrassed to admit that I went all the way to Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas, to watch the young punk like Sam Houston beat up on Buddy Landau. I got more important things to do. And the fact that Bulldog Bob Brown, who was a great Central States champion in his own time, had something that had to be said. The fact that the American Dream, in true fashion, jumped him from behind like he's done in every other situation that he's ever been involved in, and the fact that it was captured on camera and he allowed it to be shown. And you know something? I read the Kansas City paper the next day, and it was, boy, it was
Didn't
big
you go all the way
headlines.
to Kansas City just to hurt his leg?
We
Dusty
went
Rhodes'
on a
leg?
shopping trip. You're talking about 2 different things. But in the Kansas City newspaper the next day, it was big headlines, wasn't it? I think it was under the used car ads. I found it, a big headline where they were selling used Edsels and used Datsuns. They squeezed it right in the middle like they didn't have enough Edsels to fill the space. Hey, Dusty Rhodes drops Bob Brown on his head. Big deal. If you want to see how something should be done when somebody sticks their nose in where it doesn't belong, you take a look at this. I'm talking about Captain Dick, Redneck Dick Murdoch. You saw the beginning of it. Let's see the whole thing. You've been out there for the last 2 or 3 minutes telling everybody what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And I'm telling you right now, on the most serious note of your life, that you're looking face to face with the world champion. And what I'm going to do right now is stretch your country butt, because you need to get knocked out of Reeboks and brought right in to the real society that the 4 horsemen live by. Got it? You want the ring? Come on. Well, there he goes.
Here we go.
Okay, Ric Flair with Dick Murdoch going right to the ring, but just a few seconds, all the horsemen will come in.
Well, you know, Tony Schiavone, what you see here is Dick Murdoch got a lucky punch in on the world champion Ric Flair. And what you're going to see in just a moment is what happens when you mess and try to intimidate and try to mock and try to do anything that's out of the ordinary to any one of the 4 horsemen. Now you can see what it means to be messing with the 4 horsemen. Now, Dusty Rhodes, that's what you do when you want to kick somebody's tail. You don't sneak up from behind on him like you did Bob Brown and drop him on his head. You give him a country licking right there, just like Dick Murdoch deserves, just like you felt before, Dusty Rhodes. And since it is your birthday, and there you go. See, sneaking up from behind again, Dusty Rhodes, and all the rest of your guys sneaking up from behind like usual, sneaking up on the 4 horsemen. And that's all you can do is you guys got to sneak up from behind, just like Ronnie Garvin's done in the past. You've done in the past. Everybody else sneaking up behind Flair, myself, Ole and Arn, and cheap shot. Because that's all you are, a bunch of cheap shots. Just like in football, when the whistle blows, you're the guy that comes sailing across the pile and knocks somebody out. Now, Dusty Rhodes, since it's your birthday today, the day that your mama set foot to put you on this earth, that's fine. I want to wish you a happy birthday, because tonight in the Greensboro Coliseum, Dusty Rhodes, you got to walk down that aisle and you got to look at me. And it might be tomorrow in St. Louis or anywhere else next week or the week after the week after. You got that World's Television Championship that belongs to the 4 horsemen. Whether it be Arn, Ole, or myself, it belongs to us. It is our property, and it will come back. Mark my words.
Tully Blanchard, James J. Dillon, and we're coming.
So no surprise here on the 11th, that night they were working at the Omni, and the main event was indeed Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes.
Interesting. I want to go back to this Bulldog Bob Brown thing.
But first, you got to tell me what you think. All I've been thinking.
Okay. Here we are with the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Thank you. As you can see that we are the USA Tag Team Champions. Now, they've not talked about it as much on TV because we had like only, 3,000 fans in the Omni. But, you know what, that's downtown Atlanta, and we get it. They don't like Russians. Well, they should like Russians. I guess they do like Russians in 2021. They can't talk bad about Russians in 2021 because that would be offensive. But here in Atlanta, they only had 3,000 fans because they knew that the Russians would win the U.S. tag team belts. Now you may wonder, who is with me as U.S. tag team champ? Well, unfortunately, it's Crusher Khrushchev, and we didn't want him to talk because he really doesn't know what to say. I mean, he's a Russian that speaks English, and we got to pretend that he was born in Russia, raised in the United States, and that's why he speaks perfect English. But we know that it's because Barry Darsow could not come up with a Russian accent like Nikita. Nikita not only came up with a Russian accent, he changed his name to Nikita Koloff. How dumb is that? And you know what I say to that? When you change your name from your real name, Jesus doesn't like you. At least that's what I was told. And so here's the fact, Nikita, when you get older, when you get out of wrestling, you need to become a pastor or a reverend or a preacher. And you need to call Jesus back in your life because he's mad at you that you had Nikita S. Koloff as your new name. That's right. Nikita, you think I would have changed my name to Ivan Koloff? No, because I know I've got a life outside of wrestling. Nikita, you're going to have a life outside of wrestling too. And Jesus told me so. All right. Ivan Koloff. I don't know what he's talking about, but let's go to Brad Armstrong.
Brad Armstrong, Randy Barber in the ring. You were just saying about JJ and Tully and all those guys.
Oh, yeah. Bulldog Bob Brown.
Yeah.
Dusty said on that interview that he's finished with Bulldog Bob Brown. Bulldog Bob Brown is gone. I think that was them firing him, or at least saying they're not going to use him because they took over Central States.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the way, because it's interesting that they would show that footage and they would show Dusty Rhodes coming in to attack Bulldog Bob Brown, but the angle that they turned it into was Tully Blanchard. When in fact the footage shows the angle should have been Bulldog Bob Brown, but it wasn't. And you may know, you may look it up, that may have been the end of the run for Bulldog Bob Brown.
November 16th in St. Louis, they did a Central States Heavyweight Championship tournament. They held the opening round.
Mm-hmm.
And there we would see Dusty Rhodes fight Warlord to a double countout. And midway through the bout, Bob Brown interferes on behalf of the Warlord, but Rhodes fights him off.
Okay.
So he's not quite done yet.
So it was a Central States angle, basically. What
yes.
It was. But
in your mouth area.
Yeah. I just thought that maybe, Dusty criticized the cameraman. Great camera work. You couldn't even see it. I mean, that was such a, I guess it worked because I know they did business, but I can't fathom in my mind that someone would allow a TV show to look like that. It's
a little wild.
Yeah. It's like, and there you just, Russian leg sweep. Boy, Brad was tremendous, wasn't he?
One of the best, man.
Unfortunately, he passed away because
he looks just like when he throws the glasses on, he looks just like Kenny Omega.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, we got to track this.
Heavyweight champion Ronnie Garvin.
Well, Tony Schiavone, it's a pleasure to be here, and I like to say thank you very much to all the fans that have sent me congratulations letters on winning this title. This is a very prestigious title, the Mid-Atlantic title. A lot of good men held this title. Well, I'm going to use it as a stepping stone to the world's heavyweight title. And I like to say to all the Ronnie Garvin fans out there, I said earlier, 1986 was going to be the year that Ronnie Garvin was going to become world's champion. Well, all the Ronnie Garvin fans, you better bet on it. You better bet on it, put all you got, because I'm putting everything I got. This horse is going to come in. I'm talking about a Triple Crown winner. I'm going all the way before 1986 is all over. Ronnie Garvin will be the world's heavyweight champion. And Ric Flair, if you are listening, you better take it very, very seriously, because you are looking at a man that is determined to do it. And like I said, I will be the next wrestling world's heavyweight champion. And I'm talking about 1986, not 1990, right now.
Ronnie Garvin, Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Let's go back to the ring.
And he's proud to be an American, Tony.
He stumbled.
I couldn't help but look up when Dusty said that the Crockett's had just given him a brand new Testarossa.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everybody was talking about Ferrari once Magnum PI sort of popularized it. Anyway, 134 grand was the MSRP for that car. And if you use your old inflation calculator, that's like 334 these days.
Yikes. And that doesn't surprise me that Jimmy Crockett presented that to him. Jimmy got him, you know, Jimmy also bought him. He didn't
get him no Ferrari for real. That's a working line, right?
I don't think he got him Ferrari for real, but I think he got him a
red convertible Mercedes.
They have a convertible Mercedes. I think, I may be wrong. You know, you'd interviewed, I don't know if when you had talked with Jimmy, if he brought that up or not, but one thing I do know that he did, that he bought Dusty for his birthday one year, a stock in the Boston Celtics.
How about that?
Because Dusty was a big Boston Celtics fan, and I remember Jimmy coming to me, talking to me about that. He was proud that he got that for him, and Dusty was so excited. And I guess in the will, I don't know. I don't know if Dustin has that or Cody has it or Teal or what. Or maybe they sold him. I don't know. But I always thought that was cool.
Maybe we'll find out in Roads to the Top.
Yes, that's
maybe Cody and Brandy will go sit courtside at a Celtics game, and
that'll be great.
Maybe Brandy will take her robe off and yell, "It was me, Austin. It was me all along. It was me, Boston. It was me all
along." Well, Tim Horner gets a win.
Yeah, and we gave a shit. The crowd went wild. Where are the Dundee? Oh my goodness.
You're so ravishing. Where did you come from?
Can you imagine if they really used that music back then? Here's a spoiler, boys and girls. They did not.
Okay. You know, not many got a musical entrance on TBS. Usually they were just in the ring.
You know what songs he used?
No. Look at this though, man.
How about the big reveal?
Those are abs those are amazing. I mean,
that's what you look like with your shirt off, right? That's what I've heard.
I wish. I don't know anybody who's ever had abs like that. What is it? You know, what does it take to get abs like that, man? Crunches? I don't know. It just, Jesus, it was freaking amazing. And Rick Rude, buddy, was a good guy, really a mellow guy in real life. But I'm sorry he's gone. I thought he was a hell of a performer, didn't you?
Oh man, one of the all-time great heels. I think if you've got like a Mount Rushmore of heels, he's got to be on a lot of people's list. Look at him too. Just a physical specimen, has a presence about him.
Mm-hmm.
Comes off like a legit badass.
Yeah.
Arm wrestling stud.
Mm-hmm.
Just great stuff.
I think he was a legit badass.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Pulled a gun on Bischoff. Who could forget?
Wow.
Wrestling, there's no doubt a very impressive win for Ravishing Rick Rude, along with his manager, Paul Jones.
Look at this. I'm all teeth. And you know something? You people have already met my two new warriors. And you know, Jimmy Valiant, you might as well say goodbye to the wrestling world because it's long. Let me say one thing right now. I don't care if Manny Fernandez loves me. I don't care if Ravishing Rick Rude loves me. Only thing I ask that they never lose the love for money. But the unique thing about these people is they love me. The Army loves me. Ravishing Rick loves me. Manny Fernandez drools all over me. And right here, let me move out of the way because the girls and the people want to see this body. Now look at the body. This is a body that money can buy. Right.
You know, Tony, I want to tell all the home viewers, don't get up, don't adjust the vertical hold on your television. That's just my abs bulging out at you. And there's been a couple other things bulging lately, and I'm talking about my pocketbook. Mr. Jones here has paid me a lot of money to take care of business, and I didn't even bother to ask him what kind of business it was because it doesn't matter. If the business is Dusty Rhodes, it's taken care of. If it's Jimmy Valiant, it's taken care of. If it's Ronnie Garvin, it's taken care of. Magnum TA, it doesn't matter because this is the finest body, the finest wrestling machine in professional wrestling. And right here is the mastermind behind the Army.
You know, Ravishing, you would look great with that world television belt around your waist because it don't belong to Dusty Rhodes. And right now, I showed everybody a piece of film, but I want to show it to them again because I love this. Ravishing Rick loves it. And Manny Fernandez.
By the way, we're going to a recorded bit here.
Mhm.
This is Manny, and he's in the ring with Jimmy Valiant.
This is when he turns on Jimmy Valiant.
Okay, Paul Jones comes up with a briefcase full of money.
Look at that. Look at that. Money, honey. Money talks, and that other thing walks. And right here you see Manny Fernandez. He has to make a decision, and it's very hard for him. Money or loyalty. Now, it wouldn't be hard for Ravishing Rick. It wouldn't be hard for number one Paul Jones. But right here, this is what I like about Manny Fernandez. The loyalty to the end. And then right here is what makes the big difference. He's got to look at the money, and then he's got to look at that ball-headed geek standing behind him. And he's got to make the decision. That's a lot of money. Now look at him here. There I am, extending my hand. The man that I am. Make that decision. Make my day, Manny, compadre. There it is. Buddy, whoa, look at it. And look at the ball-headed geek behind him. I ain't got nobody. Where's my compadre? Come here, buddy. Come here, amigo. Hey, compadre. Hey, here he is. Shut up.
You know something, baby? Boogeyman, it seems like your life and financial status is up in an uproar. There's a lot of people wondering, well, baby, money around the world is the number one thing. And I'm sick and tired of carrying losers because I ain't no loser. So, Boogie, it seems like the money's in the right hands now, and the man is paying to get the job done. And this is a total loan collector.
If the money's big enough, the facts don't count.
Let's go to the ring.
Well, that sounds like politics in 2021, doesn't it?
It sure does. That was a hell of a line. Oh God. Hey, so you know the Ragin Bull and Rick Rude were a good team. They became world tag team champs.
I want to mention, I think that's the first time we've seen Rick Rude on TBS here
TBS.
this run. I know he had, been around the biz for a bit. You maybe have seen him in championship wrestling from Florida or world class, but here he is returning to JCP in September of '86. And unbelievably, he's gone by April of '87. And that summer, of course, he debuts as part of the Heenan family. But man, you look at all the talent that's here.
Yeah.
In '86, and the next year in '87. Woo woo.
I know. Zing, gone.
Yeah.
We just saw JJ give Tony Zane an atomic drop. That's what we're talking. Like, what the fuck was that about? All right. Well, here,
Omega. Let's
here's some good ones.
Schiavone, it seems like everybody is looking for somebody. You know, the horsemen are out here. They always end up 2-on-1, 3-on-1. And as you seen earlier, it's 4-on-1. Well, Brad and myself, we're looking too. And it don't matter where or who. But Bad Brad and I are willing, ready, and able anywhere.
That's exactly right. You know, like Tim said. And like I've said before, it doesn't matter if it's single competition. We can handle ourselves. Like I said, we were the former co-holders of the national tag team titles. And we're right here in Crockett Sports to take care of business and to make a name for ourselves in the world of professional wrestling. You know, ever since I've started, the name Armstrong has been synonymous with champions, and I'm not going to change that at all. I'm going to make it even better. And like Tim was saying, the four horsemen, they seem to have overstepped their boundaries, and brother, they better be careful because they may have bitten off more than they can chew.
Brad Armstrong, Jim Hodder, more action right after this timeout.
I'm a little disappointed we're not going to hear from Dundee today.
Well, just hang in there. I'm sure we will. Brad Armstrong was also blind as a bat, so
I
to
like the
speak.
shades inside. That was a cool
Yeah,
look.
I know. He always had real thick glasses. So he had problems with his eyesight. So anyway, I go back and I don't remember what year this was. I may have mentioned this story before. I don't think I have. One of the years, and this was after Rick Rude came back to WCW. So it probably was the early 90s. We went to Rick Rude's house for me to do an interview with him. And he was going to have a suit and tie on to do the interview. And me and Wayne Daniel and somebody else went to his house to do this shoot. He had his wife prepare for us all this food and these drinks for us. It was really a classy move that he was going to have people here from Crockett Promotions, or at that time WCW, and he just welcomed us into his home with all this food, which was like, I just thought that was kind of a nice touch and kind of showed me what I really liked Rude a lot. I did.
One of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Let's take a listen as we close the show here.
Let's take a look at instant replay. The Bulls win, and now Ronnie walks right up to the Ragin Bull and Paul Jones. There you see him, David. Obviously, Ronnie now trying to explain to the Bull, David.
David?
Oh, Rude hit him from right behind, David. and now they're stomping away at Ronnie Garvin.
David?
Paul Jones.
Enjoying every minute of it. He just standing there gloating over it.
Now they hold him up for the ball.
Now he gets his lick in.
And knocks Ronnie Garvin right down to the floor.
This is just a sample with my new wires. The sky's the limit. Beware.
Paul Jones, David. And the Bull, Ronnie Garvin's still down. As you can see, Brad Armstrong has come out maybe to help him up. But Rick Rude walked right in behind him.
And Manny Fernandez waiting, just watching, gloating over it, and he just throws his fist in.
Ronnie came out and said something more than money is going on. He couldn't believe the Bull will do that. And we just said moments ago, we couldn't believe the Bull is doing what he's doing. But it's obvious now he is firmly in the camp of Paul Jones. Fans are out of time right now, but we'll see you next week right here on World Championship Wrestling.
So we saw the turn on a Willie. As a reminder, they did 2 tapings that day. It was done on October 5th. They filmed the show on the 11th, and then a very special Sunday edition that would air on the 12th, and that was actually Dusty's birthday. Later that day, they had a show in Nashville, North Carolina. It was a matinee show with Ric Flair and Murdoch. That night, they ran the Civic Center in Roanoke, Virginia.
Yay!
On the 6th, we had 2 tours. On one side, we had Fayetteville, North Carolina at the Cumberland County Civic Center. The next same time, we're doing Greenville, South Carolina with Flair and Murdoch on top. TV tapings that would air on the 11th, the 18th. All the syndicated shows happened in Spartanburg on the 7th. On the 8th, we had a sellout in Lenoir, North Carolina, but Flair had to go wrestle Luger in a 2 out of 3 falls match in Championship Wrestling for Florida. Dorton Arena on the 9th, Baltimore, Maryland on the 9th, Norfolk Scope on the 10th, St. Andrews High School Gym on October 11th. Why does that stick out?
Because I think it was on the coast.
Oh, well, yeah, I see that. Charleston.
Yeah.
Greensboro, North Carolina at the Coliseum is going to be on the 11th. And you heard Tully talking about his match with Dusty. So they knew what they were booking and they promoted it well on the program. And then you guys would be taping on the 12th and it would air on the 18th. So we're going to get one more show here where it's recorded in advance of the accident. The accident happens on October 14th. Magnum's last match would be on the 13th. Magnum TA taking on Jimmy Garvin in a lumberjack match. And I'm sure we'll talk about that next week, but man, it's an interesting time here in Jim Crockett Promotions, is it not?
Yeah, it is an interesting time. You know, I said, you said St. Andrews High School Gym, and I went, I remember that's a spot show. And because I did all the local promos, when you say some of those, it just brings back memories of me running down those spot shows that it brings back some pretty good memories, actually. This was it's a good time for me personally. It was obviously a great time for Jim Crockett Promotions. Interesting that during 1986 that we would listen, it's not saying anything about Tim Horner. Tim Horner was a great performer, but we featured Tim Horner and Brad Armstrong a lot the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Which is, that's the way to get people over, right? Put them on TV, let them talk, let them work, or quickly, but let them work. So I'm kind of surprised. I thought for some reason that maybe Horner and Armstrong were 87. I guess they're going to go into 87, but I like those kids a lot. Hell, I liked everybody I worked with back then.
That's not true.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, later on in my career, Paul Lee would show up, and obviously he can fit into the studios back in the 80s. He wouldn't be able to fit into the studios now.
Why are you so mean about Paulie? Are you jealous of him?
No, of being 800 pounds? No.
Why
would I be? Okay.
It's like you're just insanely jealous of him.
No, I'm not saying he's one of the biggest names ever in wrestling throughout the years. And why would I be jealous of someone 800 pounds now? I'm glad I'm not.
Well, because he's on broadcast television. He's in the main
Oh, he is?
event. He's making a bunch of cash.
Good. Well, you know what? You know what he should do with that cash?
What?
He should probably pay back the guys he owed money to from ECW. That would be a good start.
Are you going to refund all the money you stole from Turner?
I didn't steal money from Turner.
They were paying you to do good commentary.
And I did damn good commentary.
Really?
Yes. Maybe you didn't think so.
So,
but hell, you brought me back. So maybe you thought so.
No, I was trying to fleece these motherfuckers just like you were. Hey, so you think you did a good job doing commentary in like 99, 2000, 2001? That was good stuff.
I do not. No.
Well, hell no. You accepted money from them, so that's stealing, is it not?
No, it's not stealing because I signed a contract and they upheld their end of the contract.
Did you uphold yours?
Yes.
Okay, so you think just being there and present is sufficient? You don't have to actually care or try or put forth effort.
Back then, no.
Okay. Well, it's good to know you've got a strategy to just phone it in on TK here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's listening.
No. See, I'm not doing that. And again, you are mixing my words up. You're twisting my words around because you know what you are. You're a Don. You're a Don Callis Carney is what you are.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's what you become. Okay.
Huh.
The seventh most powerful man in wrestling.
Well, where's Callis or Calais on that list?
Calais? Well, he just Kenny Omega's manager.
But he operates and manipulates the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he does. I like Don a lot. I think I mentioned that on our shows before.
Hang on, just a minute ago he was a carny. Now you like him. Why don't you pick?
Well, you can like carnies, can't you?
I don't know. Do we like carnies? You and I?
I don't. I like you.
And I'm a carny.
Go. Yes, you are.
Now, what makes me a carny? The idea that I convinced them that you could do commentary again? Because everybody knows that's a lie. That's exactly right, Excalibur. That'll be $1 million. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? It takes some skill to be able to do that. It does.
To say you're exactly right.
Yes, because you got to find the right moment when he's not talking.
Which is a lot.
To get it in. So, yeah. That takes some skill.
If we were to call up Rebel and ask her how you are at getting it in, what would she say?
Wow. Man, you are really, really attempting to do something here, aren't you?
What? What have I done wrong?
Yeah, you're...
I'm saying she would have your back on commentary, right? And she would say, Tony always gets it in on commentary.
She did some commentary, by the way, for the, and I guess it's on YouTube somewhere, for the Rhodes Wrestling Academy.
Yeah.
When they had their showcase, she did some commentary, and she and I talked a little bit about how she should do the commentary, and I helped her out a little bit. She is one of my best friends in wrestling.
In life.
Yeah, in life, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's just weird that you're so infatuated with her, romantic.
I didn't say I was infatuated with her. She is one of my best friends in wrestling. I've told you this story before, that when I was growing up, My best friend was a girl. I've always been able to get along with women.
And her name was Rebel.
No, listen. And that's why I've been married for so long, because I get along with women. If you get along with women, if women, when you grew up, are your best friends, it's no big deal.
Yeah, it is.
You understand them. I know what you're trying to play here. I know what's going on.
What? You're in the professional friend zone? You're giving terrible advice to our male listeners.
Okay, so there you go. So at boxofgimmicks.com and lowestrules.com, there's a shirt that says "You a lie," and that's what you are, Conrad.
There's also a shirt that says "Tony can't close shit." Pick it up now. Boxofgimmicks.com. I don't know if you've seen his new commercial on cable. I'm not only a member of the Can't Close Shit Club.com, I'm also the president.
Maybe Tony Schiavone from 1986 could have, but not in 2021.
How many Howl at the Moon kids did you have in 86?
Lord, I had 3.
Did you ever think about, wrapping it up or something?
No, I thought about a vasectomy. We talked about.
So your move is you just like to let it soak. That's your.
So really, after Chris was born, we talked about a vasectomy, and I told Lois, "Okay, I'll get one." Too late.
You had already got one in there. Snuck one past the goalie.
Yeah, apparently so.
That's exactly right, Excalibur.
Got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, we talked recently about how you sometimes didn't wipe good and you would walk around with shit in your drawers.
No, it happened one time. You want to how's things at First Family Mortgage? You want to talk about that a little bit?
No, I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about your butthole. Did you ever look into getting a washlet?
A washlet?
Yeah, it's you've seen them in my house. It's it replaces your top seat of your toilet. People commonly refer to it as a bidet, and while it does clean your butthole like a bidet, it's just known as a washlet. Have you thought about putting one in?
I have. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you reminded me. How much do they cost?
Well, they cost so little that when Bruce Pritchard camped out here for several days, he ordered one and had it overnighted and had it installed in the room he was staying in.
Can't hide money, can you?
So I now have 5 washlets here at the Conrad Anderson.
So can I ask you this?
Next time you come over, you could shit all day.
Yeah. Going a different direction with this?
Sure.
How come I don't hear from Bruce anymore? Is because I work for one company, he works for another?
He has 3 hours a week of free time, and I try to steal 2 of them for podcasts.
I mean, you could sit here. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to text him. It's just a simple text. Bruce, how you doing?
As you're texting him, he's running a meeting. It's pay-per-view day.
Okay, well, good. Then he can look at his phone when he sits on the toilet at the pay-per-view without the washlet. He sits on the toilet, he looks through, and he says, "Oh, Schiavone sent me okay. I'm doing fine, thanks." That's all it takes. So, you hear it all the time. "Oh, I know you're busy. You don't have time." Bullshit. This phone takes a few seconds to text somebody and reach out and just say, "How you doing?" That's all it takes.
No, I agree.
Don't tell me you don't have time to do this shit anymore.
And
it's with you all the time. And especially him, it's with you all the time, because I'm sure Vince sends him a text like every 3 minutes.
And we know for sure that you have bought in on this. I mean, you're legendary. You can just go watch any interview with Bobby Heenan and he'll say, "Boy, that Schiavone called me too often."
Yeah, people you like.
Oh, you didn't like Bobby?
No, he didn't like me.
Oh, you think he would have liked you if you would have called him?
I don't know. I did call him. Last time I called him, Cindy wouldn't let me talk to him.
It's probably because you were a motherfucker.
No. Boy, you're really reaching today. You're really reaching. By the way, At boxofgimmicks.com and lowesrules.com, there's a shirt called Conrad Thompson is a Lie.
It's not called that.
It should.
You know what you should?
When I look at my watch, Conrad is.
Thanks for joining us, boys and girls. We'll be back next week. Apparently, there's one more episode with Magnum TA, and I hope that we get to hear from him next week. But we'll be talking about it in the coming weeks. I can't believe this episode's over. This one flew by, but it looks like it's about that time.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring right now is Dave Silva going one-on-one against Dave Hancock. Silva picks up Hancock, and he slams him hard. And I do what? Something shot across the ring. I do believe that is a turd. And I'm not talking about the two guys in the ring. We're desperately out of time. See you next week on What Happened When. We come to you Wednesdays on Cumulus, but on Mondays exclusively and only for you, ad-free on
Patreon, patreon.com/WHW Monday. And of course, adfreeshows.com.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.